Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Fixed signs, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section on my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. So, fixed signs, this idea came to me from a reader that I watch on YouTube and have received a personal reading from. Her name is I Scry with Steph. I Scry, S-C-R-Y, and I highly recommend you check her out. I've never met her before, but have communicated with her every once in a while, and she's such a beautiful human, and she gave me a private reading, and it just absolutely blew me away. So I highly recommend that you do all the things. Go subscribe, follow her, listen to her, get her private reading. She's an artist, she's an intuitive, she's a psychic, she's everything. But she's doing a series of readings for the cardinal fixed immutable signs, and I just thought, oh, that's great. I mean, it just changes up the energy a little bit, so I want to give her props for inspiring me to do that. And I also wanted to show all of you some of the messages, the channel messages that I've been getting from Spirit in meditation. So I do a really short meditation before I'm reading for you today, and I wrote what I saw down. It's really weird. I'm tripping over my words. I've done 2 readings already. I haven't tripped over anything, so very strange. That could have something to do with it, with your reading. Maybe if you feel like you're tripping over your words, or you're talking too fast, or your thoughts are getting jumbled. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. But I wrote everything down, and I dated it for the day that I'm filming, but these readings are timeless, so. Body of water, a reflection that is distorted, Doctor Who, like the TV show, a piano, stained glass windows over doors, a secret language or a code. I more saw this as like a secret language that children have, but take it as it resonates. Take all these as they resonate. Rainbows, the Old Testament, noses, and the third eye. So it's interesting to see if any of these show up in the reading. If they don't, that's totally fine. And if they don't resonate for you right now, they may resonate for you in the future. So just take it where you will. If it does resonate though, now I would love to hear about it. So just let me know in the comments below. Doing your reading today with the Pulp Tarot and getting an overall energy with the Human Spirit Oracle, which is such a beautiful deck. So I hope you all are doing well. Cards have been pre-shuffled, but I always like to give it one more go. What do we have for the fixed signs, please, Spirit? I'm possible are the words number 18. I'm possible. Oh, it's really weird. I just noticed that I'm missing something on my desk. A little cheat sheet. Yes, I have a cheat sheet because I don't know why. Sometimes it's hard for me to remember the major arcana past like number 10. I just get them all mixed up, and I've been reading tarot for a while now. So number 18 is the moon card, and it makes sense too, given the coloring of this card. I'm possible. So it's very stark. It's very disturbing looking, I'll be honest with you. It's almost like That's so crazy. I'm having a weird flashback. I was helping a coworker the other day affix a computer monitor to like a fixture, like putting on, you know, so that the monitors can rotate and everything. And I was looking at him and I was just wondering, like, how are you going to do that by yourself? Because you need somebody to hold up the monitor in order to screw in the screws in the back. And I just had this weird flashback to that because, you know, it's like this was me standing behind the monitor and just imagining something kind of emanating out of that. Very, very weird, very surreal image. It's also kind of like, it's hard to tell because there's a lot of glare, but this is like water. It's very watery. So 18 representing the moon card, already talking about water energy with Pisces kind of represented here. This idea that something is emanating out of something else. It kind of also makes me think of the Temperance card, where one would be transmuting energy. So changing one energy form to another energy form, from pain into power. It seems kind of ghostly, doesn't it? It's very off-putting. I find this to be a very off-putting image. You know, it's strange here how the artist depicted this image, because you can see how like this bottom half of her face is in kind of in color, and then it's almost like paint. It's either like, is the color rising? My notebook fell down. It was a little jarring. Okay, I'm just gonna pick that up. As I was saying, is the color rising, or is there kind of like a paint coming over her? Whatever it is, you know, I pointed out, maybe that's why Spirit dropped it, the third eye here, and noses. I said noses. That there's something here, like in this region of the face, that feels very unfinished. So maybe you are working right now to try and open up your third eye chakra. Be prepared for that. If you have not opened your third eye, be prepared. It's quite a heady experience, and then once you open it, you can't really close it again. But would you really want to? You know, if you had the veil lifted from your consciousness, a veil lifted from your consciousness, and you could see the world in 4D, in 5D, you know, it's quite a heady thing. I'm looking at the list now, and I'm seeing secret language and code. I did imagine children. You know, they used to, when I was little anyway, kids used to talk either in what they called pig Latin, which I guess was like, I could never do it, but you take, I feel like it's like you take the end of a word and you attach it to the beginning, and then you pronounce the word. I had friends in elementary and middle school that could speak pig Latin with other friends like it was a full-blown language. And I imagine that if you're in a situation where you just have to learn it, you could learn it. But it's something that I could never do. I could never access it. And when I would listen to them speak it, I could never follow the flow of conversation. So there's something here about access right now. the moon, if we're talking about the moon energy, that is a card in the tarot that represents mysteries, illusions, confusion, and secrets. So something's about secrets with you right now. Maybe it's like you're just trying to unlock a secret, the secret of the universe. Secret energies of the universe, you know. The signs and symbols and synchronicities are all around us. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. But if you're not paying attention, it's like you have a veil over your eyes. And that's fine because, you know, when I'm not going to make assumptions about where people are on a spiritual path or if they're even on one. I'm not really sure why you'd be watching a tarot reading if you didn't at least have an interest in it, but whatever, I'm not judging that. But thank you, Spirit. But it's almost like they're telling me to finish the thought. Like, if you're not ready to see something, you're not going to see it. It's almost freaking me out. There's, you know, I live in an apartment building, and so there's a driveway, right? We can explain these things away. But I feel like Spirit is talking to me. Just to exemplify to you how Spirit does talk, right? It's not like I respond to every car horn as Spirit, but when it's punctuating at the very moment that I need punctuation, I can't deny it. And that's how Spirit talks. When they show you a synchronicity or, you know, repeating numbers or your name on a billboard or whatever, how can you sit there and be like, oh, it's just a coincidence? I mean, you could. That's part of opening up the third eye chakra, isn't it? It's like seeing the world with a different kind of unveiling. But right now it could feel very mysterious to you. So let's pull some tarot. I'm going to pull 3 cards for the base spread, past, present, future. 3 cards for clarifier, and I will pull more if I need to. First 3 cards all came in reverse. Oh, see, one of the things I saw in the meditation was a reflection that is distorted, right? And in a sense, this is kind of like a mirror, isn't it? That's strange. Strange. I don't usually write down the things that I see like this, so it's like cool for me. I hope that you guys are enjoying it. Okay, I got an extra card at the end. Spirit wants me to show that card to you first. It's the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Immediately, I saw whatever the heck this is down here, which looks like kind of a castle in the background. I need to start wearing my reading glasses more. It's like a castle fortification in the background. But it's at a distance. It's almost like your goal, some kind of goal that you have set out for yourself is at a distance at this time. It's really difficult for you to try and approach it. Ace of Wands is a new beginning from Spirit, a new, passionate, creative, highly charged endeavor or opportunity. And with the card in the reverse like this, it's almost like saying, Spirit is saying to me that you don't really have your hands outstretched to receive it at this time. You're trying though, I'm possible. You're trying to look at things that afford you opportunity. but could be hard to see. In the past position, you got the Emperor in the reverse. The Emperor didn't show up for the other signs, just for you. Emperor is the number 4 in the major arcana. Can represent Aries energies. The Emperor holds the power of all 4 kings of the tarot. So he has a lot of authority, intelligence, resources, power, leadership. It's a very boss energy, CEO, entrepreneur, has a kingdom, divine masculine, although this could be describing a woman. It doesn't have to be about gender at all, but it is about energy, divine masculine energy. But this is in the reverse, in the past position, clarified by the Judgment card. Also, major arcana number 20. So, ouch. I just felt a weird pain right in the middle, like right to my right shoulder. So you could be experiencing some tension there. Emperor clarified by the Judgment card. It's almost like saying, you know, you're trying to, or you did in the past, tried really hard to make the right decisions for yourself with regards to your life path, to a spiritual calling, perhaps. You know, even if you didn't call it a spiritual calling, a calling of some sort. So let me just give you an example, and this is just an example, and it's not a judgment on that example. Also, because I work in like a finance, weirdly, capacity. I went to art school, so I don't know how I ended up here. But anyway, let's say you're just really good with numbers and you are a finance, I mean, you're like an accountant or something. Accountants are very, very important. Critical. But there's some part of you that thinks, okay, how is that my life path? But I really enjoy it. But like, does this count as like a spiritual thing? Because it's just like a job. But I really, really like it. I like working with numbers. I like when things make sense. I like helping people. You don't have to sit there and judge what it is that you feel called to do. If you feel called to work with numbers and to help people get their affairs in order and manage their money, there's nothing wrong with that. And if you're feeling drawn to it and Spirit gave you the gifts to be able to work with numbers in that way, that's wonderful, because you never know how that skill set can help somebody down the road in another capacity. Maybe you're working for corporate America right now, but in the future you'll work for a nonprofit and you'll help that nonprofit save money, right? That's, you know, making the judgment a little bit on my part of like, okay, corporate versus nonprofit, which is better? They're both businesses. It's just an example of how, you know, what it is that you do, the majority, how you spend the majority of your time. Maybe it's difficult for you to sometimes see how it's a spiritual calling. It could be less about the job and more about the people. So that's kind of how I feel about, you know, my circumstances with my day job. It's not, this is my calling. Reading tarot is my calling. This is why I'm doing it. But my day job is not my calling. But the people at my day job, that's why I'm there. I know it. I've asked Spirit. It's just like, why am I still here? It's the people. People who have shown me a lot of love. I'm so lucky in that sense, right? So it's all about context. I feel for you right now that you don't have to make it fit. We're not talking about it, like a weird kind of spiritual bypassing, like you have to make something fit into spirituality. If you're living a life that is filled with love and compassion and integrity and a sense of duty to others, then you're doing spiritual work. I mean, just because you're not, you know, calling from the mountaintop, or you're doing whatever it is that people think spirituality should be doing, but you're just living your best life from a place of integrity, that feels spiritual to me. So I feel as though there needs to be a reframing here, because with the Emperor in the reverse in the past position, there might have been a loss of identity or a loss of a sense of self. When the Emperor is in reverse, it's like a loss of control. And maybe Spirit in that sense is saying you had to give up a little bit of, you had to kind of surrender. Give up a little bit of that control to see a bigger picture for yourself. I'm asking for a clarifier. Okay, 2 cards came out. The Sun and the 8 of Pentacles. Isn't that something? 8 of Pentacles can often talk about diligence and hard work. And in fact, a lot of tarot readers, when they see the 8 of Pentacles, they say, okay, this has something to do with your career, which is what I was kind of picking up on there. This is a very clear message, and I'm going to say it in one sentence. Wherever you are, be the light and soul of that place. That is not obviously an original thought, but it's something that I saw in, or I've seen many times. One of my other, you know, I have a few favorite tarot readers on YouTube. I call them my tarot teachers. And there's a lady named Baba Jolie that I've watched since my spiritual awakening. She actually helped me. I've never met her. She was really helpful to me. I wish I could tell her, you know, this is the thing about YouTube. It's like, sometimes you just wish you could meet your heroes, but you can't. But you just hope that they know how much you've affected their lives. And she, like, literally kind of changed my life. Anyway, that's a sentence that Spirit gives to her all the time. Wherever you are, be the light and soul of that place. That's exactly what you are. Whoa, well, the helicopter just went by and it was really low. It's very clear that you're finding value in wherever you are, but at the same time, it's kind of like you feel a little bit of, there's something missing. There's something missing to the equation. And that is further clarified by the present energy, where you got the 2 of Cups in the reverse and the 3 of Swords in the reverse. So 2 of Cups talks about a divine partnership or a connection, bridging that gap between you and your soul, right? So it's this idea that we exist in the 3-dimensional, in our human bodies, as like an avatar, and our soul exists like in the 5D. And it's almost like, I don't want to make it seem like, you know, like your soul is like the puppeteer and just kind of like you're a marionette just kind of waddling around Earth. But I mean, like, it's kind of like that. It's this like energetic cord. But when you open your third eye, you open up your crown chakra, and you open up to the possibilities that there is even a soul, that there is a part of you that is here, there, everywhere in the universe. When you really open yourself up to the oneness and your own divinity, then the idea of talking to your higher self is not so weird. And when you and your higher self are in total alignment, It's like all the doors of opportunity just like boom, 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 just like open, just fly open. I just see them flying open, all of them. Because it's as if you are finally hearing your heart's calling. But you got this card in the reverse. So there's some kind of disconnect. And maybe because there was a harsh lesson that you had to learn in the earth school as a human. This is disappointment, heartbreak, and heartache. This is one of the toughest cards to get in tarot. And when it's in reverse, it's almost like saying that like you haven't really moved on from it. When the card is in the upright, it's a little better when it's in the upright, because it means that, okay, we're dealing with this heartbreak, and then we're going to move to the Four of Swords, which is rest and recuperation, recovery. But when it's in reverse, it's like stalled, like the progress of healing from this pain is still a work in progress. It's preventing you from listening to yourself. And now I'm seeing a very kind of specific scenario. The Spirit's giving me like, you know, there's something external to you. It could be probably a person that really let you down, disappointed you, and you can't stop fixating on that. You're focused on it to the point where you can't see anything else in the present energy. You know, but weirdly here, I see you in that past energy, you know, you're there for a lot of people. Maybe that's why in the present energy this hurts even more, because how could they let me down like that when I was there for them? Got the Seven of Swords, Page of Swords, lots of swords. That's 3 sword cards in the present energy. No swords represented. Oh, sorry, Aquarius in the fixed is represented by air energy, right? So lots of thinking and overthinking and too much thinking. Too much. Page of Swords is just like, but I want to know why. Curiosity, you know, now they say curiosity killed the cat. Too much curiosity. It's almost like needing answers. Needing answers. Seven of Swords in the reverse. Coming clean is what I just heard. See how in this card, so the Seven of Swords is, it's not always kind of like, it doesn't always have a negative connotation, but the Seven of Swords for me pretty much always has not a nice connotation, that's for sure. And in this depiction, she's kind of stealing things from a bank. All right, so it's almost like, I was talking about being an accountant and being really good with money. I'm not saying that you're stealing things from a bank, but maybe you're helping to expose people that have done that, right? As an accountant, right? I don't know. Let's just go with that example. Right? There's a trickster energy to the Seven of Swords. It's like trying to get away with something. And in the reverse, it's kind of like coming clean. I need someone to come clean about this disappointment that they've inflicted upon me. And when I said that, it was like Spirit was just saying, how much are you allowing this energy to consume you? Right? So think of the doors, right? When we open a door, things can come in and out. So Spirit is saying, look, there may have been an instance where somebody truly let you down emotionally or whatever. How long are you going to let that affect you or control you? Right? how long, you know, maybe this has to do with a business that you own. Maybe somebody stole from you, or misrepresented or mishandled something that belonged to you, or, you know, you gave them resources, time, effort, money, and they mishandled it. I don't know. I don't know. In the future potential energy, I mean, look at that. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles can, and clarified by the Four of Swords, so there will be recovery because I'm from the 3 to the 4, so that's good. Right now you're not in that space, you're just pissed. But in the future energy, I do see recovery. 4-4, so take that as a synchronicity. Four of Pentacles typically talks about somebody who is a little bit of a Scrooge. Somebody who is very fixated on holding on to something, but at what cost, right? To the detriment. I mean, this dude feels like he's falling into quicksand, and instead of trying to help himself up, he's just trying to hold up his money so it doesn't get lost. Now, this doesn't have to just involve money, although, I mean, this feels kind of, it's a little in our face, especially with this deck. I intuitively choose decks for series of readings, and so there's a reason. Four of Pentacles doesn't always have dollar bills, you know, but you did get this card in the reverse, you know, so it's kind of just a surrender, just like letting go. Although I don't know if it was by choice. Let's get a clarifier on the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Queen of Swords in the reverse. Damn. So many swords for the fixed signs right now. Queen of Swords is somebody who goes after the truth. But when she's in reverse, it's almost like she doesn't want to look at it. Fixed signs, I really implore you to look at it. It may be difficult, and you might just want to kind of go to take a nap, right? Because maybe it'll feel better after I wake up, and then you realize the problem's still there, right? It's the thing that may be holding you back right now from having your brand new beginning. I'm going to pull, I didn't do this for any of the other signs, but I'm going to split the deck and see what Spirit's advice is for you. Knight of Swords. Oh my gosh. What's underneath? Strength card in reverse. So this is Spirit's advice, and I'm feeling like they want to flip these cards in the they want you to flip these cards in the upright, right? Because tarot is just a potentiality, but your fate is in your hands, you know, like for what we can control, we should control, you know, to a certain extent. And it's almost like Spirit is saying, look, a very earnest message wants to come in for you. But right now, you're just feeling like too vulnerable, too exposed. The Strength card in the upright is somebody who has a mastery over their fears and their ego. So Spirit is really imploring you. I'm like, you know, the word was, I'm possible. You will make it through whatever this phase is right now. But have faith in yourself and recognize that it's better to tackle something head on, and then at least you know where you stand on an issue, and then you can move past it. That's your biggest piece of advice right now from Spirit. So fixed signs, I hope this resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification if you'd like to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, fixed signs.